What's up, everyone? Edgar with All One Solar Shine. So we have a really good project here, one that I'm excited for, one that I really want you to see. I really want to share my knowledge, my experience with all of you that have been watching. I've been receiving so much love over the past couple of weeks, comments, questions, phone calls, everything that, you know, that motivates me and that really shows me that you guys are watching and that you guys are enjoying these videos. As always, though, please use the description section, and in the description section there's gonna be a clarity link. Click on that clarity link and schedule all the phone calls with me there, because I'm always on doing something and I don't want to be rude and cut you guys off or not answer or tell you guys, hey, I don't have time for you right now. So just use that clarity link, and that way we can definitely schedule a call. But right now we're about to do something amazing. I want you guys to see this, so stay tuned, because what you're about to see is definitely one of a kind.
So what do we have going on right now, Edgar?
Yeah, so great question, Jenna. I really appreciate you being here. And for all of you watching, this is going to be a really good one. Definitely one of a kind. And you guys can definitely see our strategy right here, and also see we're a little different, right? Why? Because we are on a Tesla solar roof, okay? For those of you who don't know or who have never done this, it's definitely a lot trickier. There's a lot more variables that you have to really look out for and pay attention to. And this is another reason why a two-man crew is very important for safety. This is an all glass roof, okay? All glass, 100% glass. Some of them, as you guys can, maybe you can't see from that point of view, but you will be seeing as we change a couple of the clips. Some of them are solar panels, and some of them are just dummy solar panels, or just basically a sheet of glass, right? So that way the entire roof looks symmetrical. It all looks like solar panels, but it's not all 100% solar panels. One thing that's very important that we'll show you guys later on in this video, maybe right now, you guys will see on the electrical box, right, where you guys' terminals are all at, you'll see there the whole layout of the roof, and that layout will also tell you which part of the roof is solar panels and which part is just the glass. So it's also very important that you guys pay attention to that. That way you also know where to walk. That way you know where everything's situated, because the last thing you want to do is step on a solar panel and you step on it wrong and it breaks, okay?
So you're telling me right now all of these things are solar panels on the roof?
So on this house right here, this backside, yes. This backside's about 90% solar panels, okay? The only thing that's not solar panels is going to be these top two right here where I'm stepping. And then after that, it is solar panels. And there's a couple in there in between that aren't solar panels. This front side, however, is probably about 70%, 75 solar panels. There's less solar panels on the front side compared to the back side. That's obviously all going to be based off of the sun layout, just like every other house. Where you get more sunlight is where you want your solar panels. So they obviously get a lot more sun exposure back here. So that's why it makes sense to put the majority of their panels on the back side of this house.
So is that the new age of solar panels, or how do they make them so little?
Yeah, no, yeah. You're absolutely right. This is definitely the new age of solar panels. The more and more videos that I've seen of all those solar panel expos and shows that they do, they're coming out with more and more ways of how they do solar panels, how they manufacture them. That way we can really get the best bang for our buck, because like you guys can see right here, this is a lot of solar panels compared to the traditional square looking ones. What we have to see though, just because you guys think, wow, this entire roof is solar panels, just like Jenna mentioned, they're a lot smaller though. They're a lot smaller, they're a lot thinner. So you also have to kind of take into comparison what these compared to in terms of wattage, in terms of output, to the big ones, right? Does it make sense to have this entire thing, to give you just like numbers wise, right? Just throw some numbers out. Does this entire backside equal 30 of the standard size ones, right? To give you, like I said, just to throw random numbers out there. So you kind of have to see what the numbers look like to see if it makes sense for you or not to go this route or to go the traditional standard solar panels route. And
That's
also
crazy.
aesthetics, right? I mean, what do you think? Do you think this looks a lot nicer than the big bulky ones on top of your roof?
I mean, it looks like my regular roof, so I think I like it, but it's just crazy to know that all of these underneath are solar panels and that they're just so tiny and they look like a regular roof. Is this your
Exactly.
first is this your first time dealing with the all glass roof or
No, no. So we've done a handful already. We've done a handful, and so everyone is different though, right? Every roof of solar panels is going to be different. The way the panels are installed, they're all going to be different. Some are going to have gutters, some are not. So another way to do this, because I know a lot of you are going to be asking me, how'd you quote it? What do you price it, right? And that's fine. I appreciate all of your guys' comments. Like I've always said, I read your guys' comments. But when it comes to something like this, you have to take a look at the house, right? You have to see how much of a roof you're cleaning. You got to take into consideration the amount of time it's going to take you to clean it. And then, of course, just what the roof looks like. Can you clean it the way we're cleaning it by standing on top? Or is it too much of a pitch? Or is it just built a little more difficult to where you're not able to stand on it, right? And so you have to take all that into consideration. That way you know how to clean these and how to price it. This is obviously not going to be priced per panel. This is going to be priced per the job.
got it? And when you first did a job like this, how did you navigate figuring out where you can step and where it might be a little bit too much of a hot spot if you were to step?
Yeah, good question. So as you guys are watching right now, this is all glass, like I said. So you cannot step, like right now, I cannot step down here because it's wet. If it's wet, you can't step on it, okay? All right, yeah. So as I was saying, where it's wet, you can't step on it. It's glass. It's very, very slippery. With boots, with shoes, no matter what you're using to clean the solar panels, it's very slippery. So you have to clean it in a way to where you're cleaning it as you move off the roof, right? So right now we're cleaning this entire backside, then we'll start cleaning the front side and move our way towards the ladder. That way we can get off the roof and we don't have to step on a wet roof. So like I said earlier in the video, take a look at the electrical panel. The electrical panel will have a layout of the solar panels, and then that'll also help you know, okay, where is it safe to step, where is it not safe to step. But in general, overall, do not step where it's wet, okay? And you also want to do one quick tip and one really good pointer for this. For those of you who are going to be tackling such a task, never do this at 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Why? Because the roof is going to be slippery, okay, from that morning dew. So you always want to do this anytime from like noon on, that where it gets a nice sun and where it's nice and dry, that way you can come up here and get to town.
Got it.
Yo, what's up everyone? You guys are watching this video because you're either a solar panel cleaner, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, or you're maybe even looking into getting into one of these, right? Becoming your own boss, right? Going out there and helping the individuals within your community. So I'm gonna ask you for 2 favors right now, okay? One is gonna be like and subscribe. Share this with anybody else that wants to either become an entrepreneur, business owner, or solar panel cleaner, or share it with maybe even a homeowner who doesn't even know, kind of what they've gotten themselves into buying a house with solar panels on it, right? So that's the first favor. Like and subscribe and share, please, because I'm doing this for all of you guys. I want to make sure that you're enjoying this content. I want to make sure that I'm educating you. I want to make sure that I'm teaching you all that you need to know regarding your solar panels, why you need to be cleaning them, how often you need to clean them, and of course, everything else regarding gutter cleaning and window cleaning, and what happens if you don't clean your gutters, what happens if you don't clean your windows, right? It's all about preventative maintenance and making sure that you are taking care of that investment right there, right? So like, share, subscribe. And one more favor, last thing but not least, is make sure you guys leave a comment, please. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want to learn about. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know what's going on in your business right now and how I can definitely help you and make these videos more tailored to your needs. That way we can all grow together as a community and make sure that solar panel cleaning comes to the top.
So what happened, Edgar? Why'd you come down?
So for those of you who are watching, if you watched from the beginning, one of our pipe burst, so we went and turned off the water. We went to work. We forgot to turn the water back on, so we ran out of water in our holding tank. Okay, so this holding tank right here, if you haven't seen my other videos, It's a 100-gallon tank, but it goes up to about 80 gallons because it has a float switch. So right now it's filling up, but that float switch will automatically close the valve so that the tank doesn't overflow and have all this crazy flood in here. But yeah, so right now we're just giving us a couple minutes to let it refill. Then we'll turn the motor on, and we'll go back to town.
Usually, how long does it take to fill up a little bit more?
If you have really good pressure, it takes about like 15 minutes to fill up all the way. 15, 20 minutes, yeah, to fill up all the way. But like right now, we can start it again right now. So just got some water. We're gonna get up there and continue working.
So is it filling up through the I see the hoses attached to the filter right there.
Yeah. So this hose connects to the homeowner's house. So I get the water from them. It goes into my first DI tank, and then it gets cleaned out, jumps through this hose into my second DI tank, finishes the cleaning process, and then it goes into this guy, into my holding tank. And so now in this white tank, I have pure deionized water ready to work with.
And why can't you just use the regular hose water?
So that's a good question. So there's two reasons why, okay? And not many people know this, but I was doing a lot of research, talking with a lot of people, especially the people at Pure Tech. This is where I get my DI tanks. We'll make sure we tag them in this video. They're in San Jose, and I believe they're in a couple other locations. There's not a lot of them, but there are definitely a few within California. So for those of you watching, just look up Pure Tech, see if there's one closest to you, and you guys can definitely get these tanks from them. I rent these tanks, okay? These are not my tanks. I rent them directly from Pure Tech. They charge me like a monthly fee for the rental, and they charge me also a swapping fee every time this runs out and it goes bad. I take it in, and they charge me again to swap it out. So there's two fees essentially, but it's still relatively cost effective, and especially these sizes right here, it's really cost effective and it really helps me out. But back to your question. So there's two reasons why. It's deionized, okay? So all the ions have been removed. That means all the minerals, all the calcium, all the natural deposits that are in regular water, especially well water or your house water.
Oh, okay.
So one is going to be that mineral deposits, right? It's like for those of you who have washed your car with not washed it, but those of you who have had your cars get hit with sprinkler water, what's left after? All those nasty hard water stains, right? So
okay.
we don't want those hard water stains to be all over all this roof or all over the solar panel. So that's one reason. The second reason why, which I think is going to be one of the most important, is it's deionized. So what that means is it's going to be less conductive, okay? I'm not going to say it's 100% less conductive. It's just less conductive. So you have less chances of getting electrocuted versus normal water that has all these metals in it. And so it's going to be highly more conductive versus deionized water. So it's very important for those of you that are watching why I also choose deionized over RO water. RO water, which is reverse osmosis, that still meets the requirements of streak-free, no hard water stains, but it's not deionized.
This might be a dumb question, but what can you get electrocuted from?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question, and I'm glad you asked it because maybe a lot of homeowners that are watching don't think about this, or maybe other cleaners, right? But this is all. I mean, these panels produce electricity. Okay, so if there's an issue underneath them with the wiring, or if there's a broken panel, and you're still having all this electrical current and running through it, and now you're throwing water on it, we're holding it, we're wet. All that electrical current can pass to us, okay? One really big one is for the birds. For those of you that are watching and you have pigeons living under your panels, and the panels are not pigeon-proofed or bird-proofed, okay? Those birds, as they make their nests, as they fight, as they mate, whatever they do, they flock around, they peck. A lot of times they chew, or they just accidentally yank at the wires, and they disconnect the wires, they chew at the wires, or rodents. We've had a lot of people call us out for squirrels, okay? The squirrels are getting under the panels, and they chew at the wires, maybe even field mice, okay? So there's many different reasons why your wires get messed up under your solar panels. And like I said, it's an electrical component. So the last thing you want to be doing is throwing water on there if there's issues, because our health is at risk.
Makes sense now.
Oh, it's full already. So what was that, 10 minutes, 5 minutes?
The full tank is full?
Yeah, right? Yep.
Dang, that was only like 2 seconds. This homeowner must have good pressure. When you have glass panels like these, do you have to clean them more often than regular?
No, so you would actually clean them, kind of personally. I'd say it all depends on where you live. Again, if you're like in the ocean front, you're definitely going to be cleaning them, every 6 months because that ocean air. But if you're kind of like city living, like we are now, I would probably say you're okay with once a year. Why? Because you don't have a frame. So for those of you that have always washed or are familiar with solar panel cleaning, um, the frame of the solar panels are what add to the dirtiness of the solar panel. The soiling is what it's called, right? So that frame kind of catches the dirt, and it really adds to the buildup of that soiling or to that dirt buildup. So that way they stay dirty, they get dirty faster. But because these have no frame, then you kind of don't. Then the water really just falls right off the dirt and grime. It washes off a lot easier. It rinses off a lot easier. So I would personally say, unless you, like I said, live near the ocean, or also from the ocean because there's a lot of birds, seagulls, and whatnot. It's going to be geographical area, or if you're in a place where a lot of agriculture, like we are in Gilroy, Morgan Hill, Hollister. If you're in those cities as well, or another city that's similar, where there's just a lot of dirt in the air, then yeah, you would stick with 6 months. But where we're at right now, which is San Jose, you're gonna only have to do every year, just because of city living. You're really only dealing with the city pollutants.
And would you say glass roofing or glass solar panels take longer than regular?
Absolutely, yeah. This job is taking a lot longer than a regular. Why? Because we just have more surface space. You guys have been able to really see this entire roof, so we're not just cleaning 20 panels. We're not just cleaning 25, 30 panels. This is a huge surface area that we got to clean, and the difficulty of it as well, because it is glass. We can't just walk on it like we normally would on a regular roof. So we're doing it slower. We're doing it more cautiously. We really want to make sure that, at the end of the day, we go home to our families. So this definitely does take longer than a normal solar panel cleaning job.
And truthfully, with these, do you think they're more fragile than shingles, or?
So fragile, I don't think so. It's been holding us up pretty good. I feel confident. It's not bouncy. It is gonna say, well, it is. I'm gonna say tempered glass. Obviously, like we kind of like what we have on our cell phones, but this is obviously a much thicker um, tempered glass. So the manufacturer rating is 350 pounds, but obviously, if a meteorite comes down full force, I think it's gonna be a lot more than 350 pounds. If a soccer ball or something comes down, I think it'll definitely hold it. Maybe not a golf ball if you're next to a golf course. So, for those of you homeowners who are looking at different solar panel options, this probably wouldn't be the option for you if you live next to a golf course or something like that.
And Tesla's the only like company that does the full roof.
So to my knowledge, yeah, I believe Tesla is the only manufacturer right now in the market, at least definitely in the United States. So for all of you that are watching, comment below. Let me know if I'm wrong. I definitely would like to know that. I know I don't know everything. I only know what I know. So let me know if there is another manufacturer out here. There might be something different in the UK, in Europe, or China, Japan. But right now, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, it's Tesla for right now. So we're going to finish this section up right now, then go down to that one, and we'll call this roof a wrap.
What are you doing right now?
So if you want to come and check this out real quick. So basically, when we have it in this way, it spins in a matter where it's shooting the water down, right? Because we're on the roof, and we want to push the water off the roof. So right now, we're going to flip it, because since we're actually going to be cleaning now from this ladder to finish this last section, now it's going to spin this way, and it's going to pull the water towards us. It's going to pull all the debris down, okay? This is a splash guard. We didn't have this at the beginning. Why? Because sometimes it hits the brush until like it wobbles, and it was getting annoying. Second reason why is because we really wanted to get a feel of the edges. We wanted to really see the brush in action you know, get to the crevices of the roof. So right now, we're gonna get up on the ladder, and we have just this little tiny lip right above the garage, and we'll go from there. Whew, man, that was a project, y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, Kay. Hopefully you guys were able to learn some things, learn a few things. Hopefully you guys were able to hear some golden nuggets from me. I'm always going to be dropping my knowledge and my experience with all of you. Like I've always stated though, drop in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what questions you have. Also, let me know how you would tackle it. Let me know if you would do something differently, or just, you know, also correct me if I'm wrong, you know, on certain things. I learned from all of you as well. This community that I've formed is a community where we play ping pong, right? We go back and forth when it comes to conversations, knowledge, experience. Hey, there's people around the world that watch this, and I definitely like hearing from all of you, okay? So right here, this beautiful roof now has been cleaned. Like I stated in the video, we use deionized water, our Solitech rotary brush, and as always, if you guys want some clean solar panels, make sure you call All One Solar Shine. We always service Sacramento Valley, surrounding cities, and Gilroy and surrounding cities, okay? Those 2 locations are full-time, up and running, and we're here to serve you. So if you have any questions, drop in the comments. If you want a quote, or if you need your windows cleaned, your gutters cleaned, or your solar panels cleaned, make sure you give us a call. I want to help you out. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.